When I first went vegan, I knew absolutely nothing about making homemade non-dairy substitutes. And while we're so lucky that there's a lot you can get at the stores, it's also really fun to make your own. So today I'm going to show you a bunch of vegan dairy substitutes, non-dairy substitutes, whatever you want to call them. And they're going to be delicious. They're going to be awesome. So let's do it. The first recipe we're going to start off with is making homemade vegan butter. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited to share this one. It is made from a few pretty simple ingredients and it's really easy to make. It's really yummy. So let's do it.
We're going to start off by soaking some raw cashews. I just like to do this by pouring boiling hot water over them, letting it sit for 30 minutes and they'll be nice and soft. Or you could soak them the night before if you want. It's up to you. Into a blender, we're going to add those soaked cashews. Then we're going to add in some vegan yogurt. I'm using the Kite Hill one. We're going to add in light olive oil, not extra virgin, light olive oil. Then we're going to do organic refined coconut oil. You need refined so it doesn't have the coconut taste. You need to make sure that's not in there. Then we're going to do some apple cider vinegar and salt. If you want unsalted, leave the salt out. Blend it up. It's going to be kind of chunky and you're going to slowly add in some water and just keep blending until it is nice and smooth. I just want to make a quick note about coconut oil that I didn't know, that someone told me that sometimes the coconuts are harvested through monkeys getting them. I'll have more information about that down below. So just make sure you're buying coconut oil that is ethically sourced. So now we can make our little vegan butter stick. So I just took some parchment paper, popped it into a little container, and then I'm going to pour our vegan butter in there. You can also use a butter mold, or if you don't care about making it into like a butter stick, you can just add it into any container you want without the parchment paper. So now it's the next day. I let this chill in the fridge overnight, like 8 to 12 hours. If you find that it doesn't solidify all the way, you could pop it in the freezer for like 2 hours. This just happens sometimes if the fridge isn't really cold enough. It happened one time when I made it, so it's totally fine. Now to make this nice and even, I just cut those edges off. Nothing's wrong with them. I'm just being a food photography perfectionist. But we will now use this amazing vegan butter on our toast and it melts so beautifully. It tastes delicious and it bakes really well. So you can use this in so many ways. And this recipe is going to get you about 11 tablespoons of vegan butter. So one stick of vegan butter is half a cup or 8 tablespoons. So you can adjust accordingly and look at that. It melts nicely, it's delicious, and it tastes so good.
So that's how we make our vegan butter, and I'm so excited to do a taste test. I kind of did model this one after the Miyoko's vegan butter because that is one of my favorite vegan butters out there. So with the cashew base and some of the coconut oil, but then we did the olive oil and a little bit of apple cider vinegar, and it just comes out really good. And I love adding the vegan yogurt in there because it adds a little bit of that cultured tang in a very easy way. Since the yogurt's already cultured, I'm using the Kite Hill Greek style one. Let's do a taste test. And if you want to add some turmeric in here to make it like a little yellow, you can, but I didn't really feel it needs that. So I want to get a good corner. So if you've ever had the Miyoko's, it's pretty similar to that. Not totally the same, but pretty similar. It's really, really good. It's like, obviously it's salty, but it's creamy. It's flavorful. It's really good. And if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and always check the description box for the ingredients and blog post. So I'm really excited about that one, but we have other delicious vegan dairy recipes to make. So let's do it. For our next recipe, I'm going to show you how to make super easy homemade non-dairy milk. We're going to make an almond milk and an oat milk. It's funny because I almost wasn't going to do this, but I asked you guys on Instagram and YouTube, and a lot of people still wanted to see how to make a non-dairy milk. So I'm going to show you. Soy milk is like a totally different ballgame, so I didn't want to get involved with soy milk, but oat milk, almond milk, pretty simple to make. Literally both of them are 2 ingredients if you just want like plain unsweetened stuff. And then you get this beautiful, creamy, delicious non-dairy milk after. I don't have a second jar, so I had to put the almond milk in like something like this. So yeah, really easy, and let's go make it.
Start off with our oat milk. So you need 1 cup of oats and 4 cups of cold water. And all you have to do is blend this up. And of course, if you want to add in a little sugar, vanilla extract, if you want to add in cocoa powder, you know, whatever you want to do to make flavors, you're going to blend this up for 30 to 40 seconds. You don't want to over blend this, just needs 30 to 40 seconds. Then I'm going to take a piece of cheesecloth and I'm going to start to strain out my oat milk. I like to strain my non-dairy milks like at least 3 times. So when you're straining the oat milk, you're going to very carefully pull up the cheesecloth and gently move it around. We're not going to squeeze it because that's what makes it gluey. So you don't want to do that. So don't squeeze. Then I'm going to do another round of filtering just through the sieve, nothing crazy. And we still get more oat pulp coming out. And then we're going to do a final round with cheesecloth again. And after about 3 times, you should be good. If you want to do a 4th, you can. There might be little bits of oats in there still. It just kind of happens. But you should have a nice, creamy, smooth, delicious oat milk. And it wouldn't be me if I just didn't spill and pour everything. And there you go. So yummy, so creamy, and absolutely so easy to make. For our almond milk, we're going to soak our almonds in boiling hot water for 30 minutes, drain that water out, pop the almonds in with 3 cups of water, and just blend it up again. You can blend this one for a while. I did this for about 1 to 2 minutes because the almonds are a lot sturdier and won't break down as quickly. And then I'm just going to do it first in the sieve and get out a lot of that base almond pulp. Then I will go in after and do it again through the sieve. And then we'll do it one last time through the cheesecloth. And again, I like the 3-step process. It just helps to get it out. And that's really it. Then you can just put this in a container. This will last in your fridge like 3 to 4 days. You can give it a shake also before you use it. Again, I'm spilling everywhere because I'm a disaster. And this is awesome. It's great for baking, great for cereals, great for in your coffee. And I used it in that banana bread recipe with the vegan butter. It came out so good.
Wasn't that seriously so easy? Making your own homemade milks is something I don't do very often, if I'm being honest, just because I'm very partial to Ripple pea protein milk, which you guys should probably know if you watch my videos, and I don't really know how to make pea protein milk at home. I should figure that out. But making the almond milk and the oat milk is super easy. They come out really creamy and delicious, and it's really fun. They're really just like fun. And now, you know, you can keep these in the fridge for about 4 days. Obviously, there's no preservatives in here. It is literally just the oats and the water or the almonds and the water. So you want to like smell it, taste it, make sure like, you know, around day 3 or 4 that it's going good. And you can use it in coffee. I've taken these really pretty pictures for the blog and putting the oat milk and the almond milk in there. And it's just so fun. It's like a little simple thing to do. I'm not going to taste test these for you guys because I don't know, that's just like me drinking a little glass of milk, but just know that they're creamy, they are delicious. If you want to add in, you know, vanilla extract, a little sugar, if you want to add in a date, if you want to add in a little sea salt, if you just want to like give it a little something, you could definitely add it in, and I'll have like further instructions on the blog on how to just like incorporate more flavors, do some fun things with it. But yeah, so let's make our next recipe. Our next recipe is something I'm so excited for, and we're making ice cream. Okay, this is awesome. You do not need any special equipment, literally. Well, you need like a stand mixer or a hand mixer, but you don't need like an ice cream machine or anything. This is 4 ingredients. It is so simple to make, and it comes out looking so good and delicious. And this is like, oh my gosh, it's so good. So I'm really excited to show you how to make it, and let's do it.
You're going to start off with some sort of whipping cream. I'm using the oat whipping cream from Nature's Charm, and I am just going to pop this in my stand mixer and whip this up for like 30 seconds to a minute just to get some air in it and to get it nice and fluffy. Nothing too exciting is happening at the moment. Then we're going to go in with sweetened condensed coconut milk or sweetened condensed oat milk, whatever sweetened condensed milk you want to use. Vanilla extract, use really good vanilla extract, and a little bit of salt. Mix this up again for about a minute just until it all comes together. And that's it. That's literally all you have to do. It's so easy. And I'm just going to pour this into like a baking loaf pan. You could pour it into whatever you want. And we're going to put this in the freezer overnight, and I'll see you tomorrow. And now it's tomorrow, and that's it. It's frozen, it's delicious, and you can just scoop it out and enjoy however much you want. This vegan ice cream is a really good. This is very similar. Well, I shouldn't say it's similar. It's the exact recipe that I made for the vegan ice cream cake I did last year. And this is, oh my gosh, you guys, this was so good. I'm so sad that I don't have any more left in the freezer because it is delicious.
All right, so that's how we make our vegan ice cream. If you want to know how to make more flavors, I'll have ideas for you on the blog. This is obviously just a basic vanilla. And it's funny, the sweetened condensed coconut milk is not very coconutty. The flavor on this, I mean, I hate to say it because I hate to act like this, is probably the best vegan vanilla ice cream I've ever had. One thing I do want to say about the whipping oat cream is it can be a little grainy. So you might have some texture in there. It's not like completely smooth, but the flavor is amazing. It's super creamy. It's super delicious. And oh my gosh, like for summer coming up. So good. So we got one more recipe to make, so let's do it. For our last recipe, we're going to be making homemade vegan sour cream, and this one is nut-free, and we make it with tofu, and it comes out so good. It's super thick and creamy, and it's exactly what you want in a vegan sour cream. Like, that is thick. Okay, I'm a little scared to turn it upside down, but look, okay, see? Nice and thick, super creamy, super delicious, and it's 4 or 5 ingredients. So simple to make. So let's do it.
We are going to need either half a block of extra firm or firm tofu, whichever you have on hand is fine. We're going to boil this on the stove. So put it in a pot of water, bring it to the stove, let it come to a boil, and then boil it for 10 minutes. This will just help to take out some of the tofu-y taste of our tofu. And then after it is boiled, it should also be softer. I'm going to pop this into my blender. Then we're going to do apple cider vinegar, just a little bit. We're going to do salt, and then we're going to do lemon. I started out with the juice of half a lemon, and then I decided to add in the whole lemon because I really wanted it nice and tangy. So you can add in half first, taste it, and then adjust. And then you'll just blend it up until it turns nice and thick and creamy. And I added in my extra lemon juice after I tasted it, and then I just gave it another blend up. And this is so simple to make. It's really delicious, and that's it. It'll be a little bit warm, obviously, because we're using boiled tofu. So you're just going to pop it into a container, and then you will put this in the fridge for 1 to 2 hours until it is cooled, and it will thicken up in the fridge. And when it comes out, it will be so good. And you can already see it's really nice and thick as it is, but the cooling of it helps it to really thicken up really nicely. And it is so thick and creamy, and it's exactly what you would want vegan sour cream to be, nice and tangy and really delicious. This will last in the fridge for about 3 to 4 days. If it starts to get watery or smell weird, then you'll know it is time to go.
That is how easy it is to make homemade vegan sour cream. And after you let it chill in the fridge, it'll really thicken up nicely. I made some quesadilla. Right here I got vegan chicken, vegan cheese, and I figured it'd be a fun way to do a taste test for this. So we'll get a good dip in there, nice and creamy. I really like this vegan sour cream because it's tangy, but I love that you get the protein because it's just made from tofu. It's simple ingredients, it's delicious, it's creamy, and it tastes so good with a quesadilla. I also think this would be really good for baking with. I didn't try it myself, but I think it could be a good one. All right, everybody, and those were our vegan dairy substitutes. I really hope this helps you out, and hopefully it inspires you to try to make some of your own homemade dairy substitutes, and it shows you how easy it can be and doesn't have to be overwhelming or intimidating or scary or anything. As always, full written out recipes are on the blog. Check the link in the description box. I link everything I think you may need. Ingredients are written out in there as well. If you want more vegan dairy recipes, I did 2 vegan cheese recipes already this year, so I will have them linked above somewhere. They'll be popping around, so be sure to check those out. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you soon with another video. Bye.